Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is George Slackheck and this is another Swytch Bike video. I have several other ones that are on my channel from when we first received the Swytch Bike kit all the way to several episodes on how I built it. Then the last one was me complaining about the battery, which was supposed to be airplane friendly, which it is not. We are still working on that one. There are apparently companies that can supply airplane friendly battery packs for that, or there's the option of shipping the battery. But today what I'm going to be talking about with this bike is a flat tire on the front wheel. The front wheel is the one that has the hub motor, and so there's a little bit more involved this time than there would normally be when you're changing a tube or putting a patch on a tube. So I was always wondering about this, how would this affect us if we're on a bicycle tour and we get a flat tire at the side of the road somewhere? Is there something we need extra on top of what we normally carry? Will it delay us by a lot more? So Barbara has a flat tire right now on this bike, so this is the opportunity for us to find out. See, the front wheel is right there. Yeah, that's flat. Good idea here. I think I'm going to time this because we need to know. So here we go. Now is the whatchamacallit, second or minute number 0. There, time is running. I gotta go and work on the bike now. Talk to you later. I'm gonna be talking to you the whole time. All right, see this X-Acto knife? Yeah, I'm going to cut the tape because we can easily replace it. Try not to cut the wire or anything else. This knife is so dull. This could easily happen. So this is the connection I have to undo here. Only have to cut one tie wrap right down here. So the wire that comes with the wheel can be unplugged and removed. That's been in there for over a year, so yeah, I have a hard time undoing this, which is kind of surprising because it is protected from the water. There we go, we got this. Tilt this down a little bit. Now I have to deal with a couple of plastic plugs. This one is already off, super easy. This other one, let's see if I can remove this by hand or if it'll require a tool. See, because the wire goes right through here. Yeah, this plastic plug is a bit of a concern at the moment. It's kind of stubborn, that's all. I don't think it's all that complicated, but so there we go, it's moving now. That's all it takes. Haha. Well, it's not 15 millimeters in this case. So, gotta look for the other wrench. That's something to keep in mind when you're getting a Swytch bike, because you need an extra wrench if you don't usually carry that. It's 17 millimeters. We just need to back this off. Doesn't have to come off all the way. Same thing on this side here. Yeah, like, you could possibly do this faster than I can, because I sure as hell am not fast when it comes to mechanical work. Well, I'm making a video, so there you go. Good excuse, isn't it? So to take the wheel off, it didn't take long at all. We're at 4 minutes 50 seconds, and I'm sure if you're really good and fast on the road, you could do this faster. But, it's me. It probably makes sense to just go around the outside of the tire, see if there's any visible evidence of why this went flat. Well, doesn't look like it. I'm never very happy when that's the case, because usually that means that it's something tiny and we have maybe a hard time finding the cause. But maybe I'm jumping ahead here. Let's just take off the tire and then we'll inspect it from the inside. This is, in my opinion, a very good rim that they sell with this kit. It's better than what the bike had originally, but it's also a little bit tighter. So, yeah, I'm struggling a bit here getting the tire off. But there we go, we got it. It's not as tight as some of the road bikes. It's a mountain bike tire after all. You know, your Swytch bike might be different because it is whatever you purchase for your bike, but I can tell you that for the mountain bike tire, the rim is of excellent quality. Now I'm struggling a bit to push that valve stem through the hole. There it is. Got this out. And the tire is off. What I have to do is just rip this apart. And now I don't like doing this, but I found this to be most effective. However, you might injure your tender fingers because I'm going on the inside of the tire and I feel it all the way around. And what I should have done, which you probably noticed that I didn't, is mark the position of the valve on the tire so that we could have found the leak on the tube a little bit faster. So I missed the opportunity for that, and I found something. There's something hard here. Yeah, you see this? Yeah, I can feel that. It's probably a tiny piece of some glass or metal, and I'm trying to get it with my fingernails because, you know, it's good to feel what you actually have, and that way you could be sure that it's actually out. However, like so often, it doesn't want to come out like this. So now I need, oh yeah, there is, it's a piece of wire. Well, you can tell that a few minutes went by. Yeah, I looked at this tire once again, all the way around on the inside, like this. I turn it like this because that way it allows me to really examine this. Because the spot that I found before, and you can scold me for not marking this right away, I totally lost it. There's nothing protruding in there right now. And what's worse is I just pumped up the tube and it doesn't seem to leak anywhere, you know? So yeah, this has, of course, nothing to do at all with the Swytch bike, but it seems like we actually need a container of water to follow the air bubbles to see where the leak is. You can't do that at the side of the road, so in that case, if this was a bike tour, I would throw in a spare tube, but in this case, well, this is a new tube, so we're gonna fix it. So I got a bucket of water, and we're gonna start putting the whole tube through there until we see bubbles. There, I could see bubbles, yay. I don't know if you see that, can you? Gonna mark the spot there with my pencil. Got a park tool patch kit here with all the goodies. First thing we need, sandpaper. Roughen this up just enough to provide some adhesion. It's right on the seam too, so rub it good so that this doesn't get in the way. I'm gonna let a little bit of air out. Yeah, from what I've seen, it was right on the seam and right about in the center of where I cleared it off. Next step, and this is brand new stuff here, see? I'm just piercing the tube They make them so small now. They used to be bigger than this. Anyways, put the stuff on there. Generous coat. Ta-da! So as you can see, we applied a generous coat of the adhesive, rubber cement. And now gotta wait until this is kind of dry, you know, so give it, yeah, probably 10 minutes or so. So we're at 30 minutes, guys. But yeah, now we have to add another 15 minutes to that. And the way I see it right now, we're probably gonna end up taking close to an hour to fix this flat. So at the side of the road, you're probably less distracted, but you may not have all the tools with you. Try to, but you know, the 17 millimeter, to be honest with you, I would have ended up using a small adjustable wrench, which puts you at a disadvantage right there. So live and learn, right? So we're at 35 minutes, which means we only waited 6 minutes, but when I look at this, there's some ashes on there from the fire I got going. But I think we're safe to put the patch on there. I'm not concerned. It's not gonna cause us a problem. That needs an X-Acto knife to separate the two. Now I gotta get that, because that is important. An important step. Separate the two patches. Boom. There we go. We got this. Well, believe it or not, sharing this on YouTube adds time to the process, even just for making sure that the camera is on at a good angle. And of course now I'm struggling to find the seam here. Where is the plastic? There it is. The plastic. I gotta take it off. There we go. Now I got it. Now I got this. Yay. Try not to touch the sticky surface and stick it right on the tire. Now there's still air in there. I should have let out a little bit more. I thought I did, but apparently not enough. So you could tell that this was a very slow leak. See, the reason is because I like to flatten this. See, what you need to do is just make sure it's on there good, and then you can take off the plastic, and it tends to want to stick to the patch. So I always find a corner where I get it with my thumbnail, and then I can pull off the rest of the plastic. And like sometimes, you know, it doesn't really make a big difference if you actually leave that on there, but I like to take it off. All right, I already got enough air in there to install the tube in the tire. So usually I like to line up my valve stem with only the brand name of the tire. Tire is in. I gotta put the patch stuff away, and I'm standing on my shoelaces right now. You see that life is difficult here when you're changing tires in the backyard. Like I said, I probably would have done even better on the road, because usually on the road it takes me 15. Okay, where is the valve stem hole? Got this lined up. There we go. I always try to mount it without the levers, but don't always succeed. And I don't think it's a big deal to be using the levers, as long as you're being careful with it. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna do the other. Start from here. Oh, hang on, I don't think it's on quite correctly on this side. See, this one has to go over from the other side now. There we go, that's good. One side on. See, in this case, almost worked our way around it. See if I can get it on without the tire lever. Yes, I can. That may not be possible with every tire, because mountain bike tires tend to be a little bit looser. We're going to go all around and kind of make sure that we're already in a good position here when it comes to the beads, that they're not off to one side or anything like that. Put the tire on the floor, and then we'll put some air in there. Point the camera downwards. There's the valve. No. See, I'm removing this so I could see if we're kind of off here, but it's not too bad. I could see the line all the way around. So I'm thinking that by the time we pump this up, it's going to pop into place and be seated just perfectly. In some very stubborn cases, this may require some soapy water on the beads, but I think this time we're good. We're going to pump it up, and I think we're done, at least as far as the tire goes. "49 minutes. Put that back on the bike and it's going to be an hour. Yeah. The axle has a flat spot, and that is what goes into the dropout. And I got to line it up properly while I'm fighting against the brake up there. Oh, there, that's it. Got it in there. Hold it from the top here. 17. Just get it snug on this side, snug on the other side. Check if it runs straight and is centered. It appears to be very good. The rack is not. That's not a big deal, it's just the rack. Now we're going to hook in the brake. We cannot forget that, that's very important. Now the other thing about the Swytch Bike that we got to consider here is this has to go in there. And there's an arrow on there how to line it up. See? Put this back, yay. Better put a new piece of tape there. Put the plastic plug back the way that it should be. Did I tighten the wheel enough? Now I did. We finished this in just under 1 hour. It's longer than I thought it was gonna take me, but especially since I'm at home where everything is there. But I think on the road it goes faster. Leave me a comment. I don't know. Terrible for timing. But I don't think that the Swytch Bike really added that much time. You know, it was more me not being organized, wandering back and forth, putting a new battery in the camera, dragging the tripod around, making sure that you could see what I'm doing. So I think doing the tire on the hub motor, the Swytch Bike, it's straightforward, so I won't be worried about it when we go on tour. The only thing to remember is to bring a 17mm wrench, and yeah, other than that, the cutters, you know, for the wire cutters for the tie wrap. Bring an extra tie wrap. I don't know where mine are at the moment, so I'm gonna leave it off because I don't think it affects anything. I hope this video gave you some value in some way. You know, you see that it's not a big deal. You see that I'm a klutz. So please hit the like button gently, and then just go on and watch another one of my videos. I put a lot of work into my videos.